Hello everyone and welcome sa ako ang programming lesson for today. Sa karot programming 101 or lOl. This would cover all the basics, well, part of the basics. And this will be brought to you by a person who thinks he's good at programming, and that would be me. First and foremost, disclaimer lang, dili ko pro na programmer. I'm just here to share what I know to you guys. So, I'm not this kind of person. I'm this kind of person. So, kung namoy madungog na mga background music, pasagdi lang na. Let's just concentrate on sa ako itutlo sa inyo. By the way, this would be a for fun lesson regarding programming basics. So, what is programming? Programming basically is a way to communicate with your computer and make your computer do stuff. Basically, kung unsa ka gwapo ang isa ka program would depend kung unsa ka gwapo or unsa ka hawd ang isa ka programmer. Um, well, that pretty much explains everything. So let's move on, okay? Um, there are types of programs, two types mainly of programs, which is compiled and scripted. Basically, the difference between the two is how a code go through sa isa ka reader or compiler or interpreter and ginaon sa sila pag process. So, when you say compiled, ang code nagaagi siya sa isa kang compiler, meaning gina-check tanan sa compiler kung nabay mali siyang code before siya i-run. Whereas ang scripted is moagi siya interpreter, meaning basahon lang niya kung unsayang masabtan and i-run lang po niya unsayang masabtan. I hope that explains or that made any sense. So basically, kung sa compiler pa, once nag-apply kag code, moingon si compiler sa imong code or sa imuha na bay kadali lang murag na mali sa imong code pakiayo sa before na ko ni siya i-run. Whereas si interpreter, moingon na siya og sagdi lang na. Ana lang difference. So, yeah. Let's move on. There are actually additional programming or code types or software types which would be API and SDK. Ayaw lang sa kayo ni sila i-mind as of the moment. Basically API kay dagdag na siya na murag tools nimo. Middleman na siya para ma-apply nimo sa imong program ang mga unsa ang mga features gikan sa uban. So for example kanang login with Facebook, that would be API. And sa SDK, toolset mo ni siya ang toolset para maka-create ka og programs. So for example, mo gusto ka maghimo og game sa Android, kailangan nimo og Android SDK. Okay. Ayon lang sa akin ni siya mind, medyo unsa ni siya. Samog pa kay ni sa utok karon. Next, ang pinaka-importante sa tanan, ang history of computers. Atik lang. Let's not delve with history of computers. Kay murag, unsa na kaya over the top. However, we shall tackle pseudocoding and flowcharts. Now, mangutana mo sa ko, Burn, why? This is pseudocoding and flowcharting is very important when it comes to programming. For me, kay it lets you construct or at least tawag ani ma set ni mo daan kung unsay mong gusto buhaton sa imong code without even writing one single line of syntax. So bali maset na kay guide na balikan in case na ma-lost ka sa life atik lang. So, let's start with pseudocode. Pseudocode is basically mga sentences na siya on how your programming works. It is written in preferred human language, meaning English, Japanese, Thai, Bisaya, etc. Unfortunately, bawal ang Elven, Dwarven, and Draconic as those aren't human languages. It mainly consists of short, as I said, or long sentences. Parts of a pseudocode we have two main parts, which is requirement and the process. Other parts would be the start, the end, and the conditions. That would fall sa ano pa, sa future. So, here's an example. Gusto nimo i-show sa imuhang user ang something na iyang gi-input. So, basically, what it would require is for you to get data and show that data. So, ang iyahang pseudocode would be, we begin, we get the data, then we show the data, and we end or terminate the program. That's all. That's basically it. However, let's basic lang siya, no? So, however, what if medyo taas-taas? So, what if gusto na to i-show kung ang isa ka number is greater than or less than the other number? Ang imong requirement ana would be duha ka numbers. So, the first number, let's say x, and the second number, let's say y. So, ang pseudocode ani niya would be this. We begin the program, we get the x, we get the y, then we compare. If y is greater than x, then we print good. If x is greater than y, however, we print also good. And then we terminate the program. That's pretty much it. Gamit kayo ni siyang pseudocode, especially kung kanang kanang rough na kayo or kanang stress na kayo ka sa imong pag-coding, and then makalimot na ka unsa imong dapat buhaton. Daghan kining natabang sa ko personally as a programmer before. So, activity. If you have your pen and papers, gusto na ko na i-try ninyo mag-create og pseudocode on how to cook a sunny side egg. Okay? You can pause the video here para dili ninyo makita ng answers. So, paki-pause lang sa video. Okay, and we're back. I think humana mo. I hope gi-pause ninyo ang video. Kaya kung wala. Kamo lang ining sarili lang yung ginailad. Bitaw. Okay, ang answer ani is pretty much maski unsa or in any way na pagka-process nimo as long na nasabtan nimo imong buhat. Pero ang answer ani in pseudocode would be this. So, we have our requirements, an egg, the oil, and the frying pan. As for the process, we begin the program, or in this case, we begin our process. I-heat na to ang frying pan until mag-init. Tanga na to oil ang frying pan. And then, i-crack na to ang egg into the heated frying pan and wait until the egg is cooked. The end. Sayang lang, di ba? Imagine na magbuhat kag game na inana lang. Anyways, so that's it for pseudocode. Let's move forward sa more fun na stuff, which is flowcharts. Okay, so flowcharts basically derived siya gikan sa pseudocode. Kung unsa ang nakasulat sa pseudocode, pwede naman siya i-convert into flowchart. That way, mas dali siya basahon. Because flowcharts are drawn with shapes, mostly shapes na siya, and use lesser words. So, as an example, here is sample sa flowchart. Ayaw kayo dibdiba unsa nang nasa sulod ana. However, it should somewhat look like that. Now, what are the shapes sa flowchart na to? Here are the 5 commonly used, although daghan kayo og shapes ang flowchart, o daghan kay shapes sa flowcharting, mao ni sila ang 5 na murag pinakagamit. Actually napay duha na gusto na ko idagdag pero dili na kayo nako siya ginagamit karon personally. So kung gusto ninyo mag-delve more into flowcharts, go ahead and study sa Google. Um, sa kanina video ang akong i-unsa lang sa inyo kay kung unsaon pagbasa ang flowchart. Okay? So, oops, nakita niyo yung activity. Anyways, kabalo na mo sa unsa activity, I'll just go ahead and give you an example. So, sa itong example kaganiha, natay katong i-show na to ang data o katong i-compare na to ang data. Okay. So, if I have here, basic lang na paint. I hope makita ninyo. So, let's start with the most basic one. Okay, which is to get the data and then to show the data. Okay, going back here, let me explain first kung unsa ang mga shapes o ilang meaning. So, ang kaning oval nagre-represent ni siya sa start o sa end. So kung magbasa ta balik dito sa to ang sa to ang pseudocode, mao ni siya ang si begin o si end. I know weird siya na lahi siyang name, dapat start and end, pero I don't know why. Naga-follow na lang ko. Okay. So next shape would be the arrows. Arrows basically nagka-connect lang na siya sa tanan shapes. So para mabasa lang pud sa next na person kung unsa jud ang flow sa inyong chart. Ang parallelogram would be the input or output. Sa ato ang example, that would be get, or ansa mga kani get x, get y. Okay. Ang process is to process basically kung usually ginagamit ni siya sa kanang mag-add ka, mag-compare, or mag-minus ba karon or kuan ba nimo ang unsa nana. And last part would be the decision, wherein most of the time it is answerable by yes or no, which is the diamond shape. Nag-question sa ko kung ang decision ba pwede ba siya more than 2. Actually, pwede siya more than 2. Usually naga-maximize, or personally gina-maximize na ko siya at 3. So that would be yes, no, and maybe. Pero that would really depend on sa program na imong ginabuhat. Okay. So now, balik ta sa example. Now, sa ato ang first sample, we get the data and then we show the data. So basically, unsa kaya ang itsura sa flowchart ana? We know na ang start and end nato is oval. So basically, naatay, pasensya na kung pangit akong writing. Natay start. So, nadatay end. Okay? Now next, we need something na maka-input ta o pa-show nato ang ang gi-input ni user. So sa to ang sample, it would be we use the input to get the data, and then we show by being an output, using an output shape, we show data. And tada! Nanatay ato ang simple flowchart. Some of you, or katong mga magtan-awan ni na mga mas pro pa sa ko would argue na basta I'm pretty sure na ang comment section na ni dagan kinig comment na mali man na. Like I said, dili ko pro, pero I'm just helping people masabtan gamay, at least gamay man lang ang ato ang world. Okay. Next, this one. Oops, that one. So, balik na ko tong nako ana kay na experience na ko sa first class na mas gusto nila na pa ng example. Okay? So, sa kani siya na part. So, we have begin and end. So, sa example na to diri natay start and end gyapon. So, let's do that first. Start and then end. Now, here, kanina part, magdepende dyan ni sa style sa programmer or sa nag-design sa flowchart. Kay naay uban na naga-inani sila get x and then get y. Oops, mali na shape. Parallelogram daw na siya. Get y. However, what I usually do, kay tamad ko, is ginaisa na ko siya. So, get x, y. And then, if ang keyword na to dire sa kaning duha, that is something that we decide upon. So, mag-base sa to ang flowchart guide natay decision na shape dire. So, may tabuan sa to example is pwede na to na siya isahon lang. So, i-check na to kung si y is greater than x. So, usually, ang decision na shape, question na siya. So, is y greater than x? Question mark. Shape niya kay diamond. So, here would be yes. Okay, kay na no. So, kung greater daw si y, which is yes, we print out good. So, input-output na shape. We print good. If not, meaning kaning ikaduha na statement is tama, we print also good. Also good. Hindi siya masakto. And maadto siya sa end. Okay. Now, naiuban sa inyo na mga na or mapansin na Bern, asa ning process magamit? So, gwapo na siya kung gamit kag math. So, asa akong mouse to So, let's say gusto lang nimo na lang kay x, y, and then basic lang na addition, sum. Gusto lang nimo i-display si sum while ginakuha nimo si y o si x sa atong user. So, it would be the same as this one. So, let's just copy that para madali atong life. Let's copy that one here. Oops. There we go. Now, for us to process sum, we need the process shape. So we would have the process box or rectangle. Man, I don't know shapes. Okay. So, sum equals x plus y. And then, gusto nimo i-display si sum. So, pwede naman siya i-display na as print sum. And then we end the program. Simple lang, di ba? However, gusto nimo or let's say, sige, mas weird pa. Isbog na ko ni sila ha. Isbog na ko ni sila. Let's say gusto nimo na si Sam, mo check pa jud siya kung odd or even ba siya. So, pwede na. Kung madungog ninyo ang background music, Merry Christmas in advance by Jose Marichan. Anyways, gusto na to na si Sam or gusto na to na i-check kung si Sam kay odd or even. So, ang shape niya kay decision. So, maghima na ato na lang drawingan. So, is Sam even? Question mark. Is Sam even? Yes and no. So if Sum is even, let's print even. Oops. If not, let's print odd. With that shape, this shape, and then we will end the program. Okay. I hope nasabtan siya. I know medyo confusing siya, pero kung naman may mga questions, feel free to message me. And I'd be happy to assist you. Kung makante ko. Anyways, as a takeaway na, that would be for today, for our basic programming. Cover lang nato ang flowcharts of pseudocode. And basic lang po na what is programming. So, I hope nagustuhan ninyo ang video, and as a takeaway na activity, it's up to you kung buhaton ninyo. I-try ng katong yung gibuhat na pseudocode for frying or making sunny side eggs. I-convert ninyo to flowchart. And if nana mo answer, pwede niyo i-send sa ko sa Facebook. And I could advise kung tama ba or mali. Or kung good ba siya or dili. Okay? So, once again, my name is Bern, and I hope nagustuhan ninyo ang kaning episode 1 sa Programming 101 LOL. Have a great day.